But I lived up in West Jordan at the time, and I contacted several people, and including one of them was Kim Coleman. I don't know if you guys know Representative Kim Coleman, but we worked on a bill together to ban police quotas in Utah. I don't know if you guys knew this. We love our police officers. So many police officers in the state of Utah, they don't want to be writing tickets. I'm telling you right now. They got into the line of work to serve and protect and to help people. But there's so many departments that are broken. We know the government's broken. But when there's pressure coming down from administrators to hit certain numbers for revenue, that's wrong. And that's just one section of it. That's just one section of it in government. And so we worked on a bill. I went and testified in 2018 in front of a committee about the story. Well, there was 15 police chiefs behind me saying, we don't have quotas, but we're against this bill. And the whole time I'm thinking, why are you against a bill if you don't have police quotas, right? Well, then what little did they know that in Salt Lake City they came out and said that I was not telling the truth. On the news, they came out and said, he's not telling the truth. Well, little did they know is that I recorded my sergeant. And I played the audio about the quotas. And then they went silent. And then a memo came out 2 weeks later. Guess what the memo said? The memo didn't say no police quotas. The memo said, you shall not record your supervisors. Tell me about that. So anyway, long story short, I want to introduce Kim Coleman. She's one of my really good friends, and she helped work this bill to ban police quotas, and so I wanted to introduce her. And also, really quick, we have free pocket constitutions at this table. Come and get a pocket constitution. This book right here, it's called The 5,000 Year Leap. It's $5 here. This changed my life. You got to read this book. It was written by a man who was a former police chief in Salt Lake City from 1956 to 1960. His name's Cleon Skousen. So I want to introduce Representative Kim Coleman, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. We cannot thank Eric enough for being a bad A freedom fighter and organizing this. He is tip of the spear on so many things, and you know what? That's just what it takes. We need citizens that'll do the hard work, take the arrows, and good elected officials that'll do the work. Let me just ask you, how many of you are Salt Lake County escapee today? All right. Okay, it feels so good to be down in Utah County in the business land of the free. And we have Jenny Wilson running our county. Food trucks. I want to shout out to food trucks. I get so excited to see food trucks at events because a couple years ago, me and Senator Henderson ran a bill for food truck freedom because they were being regulated out of business. So I love to see food trucks. You saw Representative Mark Roberts was here. He and I worked on, okay, seriously, you could not buy raw cream and butter in the state. You could buy raw milk, and thanks to Mark Roberts, that became allowable, but not the cream. Not the cream. So anyway, I'm here today to celebrate business and small business and all business. Let me ask you, who gets to decide if your business is essential?
We do.
We do. Okay. Not the business owners, the market. We do. We the people. So somebody out there is saying who gets to say whether my business is essential. Who gets to tell me that I have to hang a closed for business sign? Okay. So many people have asked me in the last couple of weeks, can the government tell me I have to go home? Can the government tell me to close my business? Yes, they can, if you let them. If you let them. That's why we're here today, because we're not going to let them. We, the people, we decide what shuts down. We decide if we stay in our homes. We decide these things. So here's what I tell everybody. Remember this. Remember this. Because you've never seen this before. We've never seen this before. But every day that I've worked in the Utah legislature, I ask myself that question. Can the government do this? Should the government do this? And sometimes it's little bitty incremental things that you might not notice. Now we've seen it big. Can the government do this? Here's my charge to you. Don't forget, when this is over, you ask that question every day of your life. Can the government, should the government do these things? Big or little? Can the government, should the government do these things? I've been a strong proponent and sponsor of First Amendment protections. We've got police officers now going through church parking lots and recording license plates. We've got a faith registry going on now in some states. Okay, you were afraid that you don't want to have a Second Amendment gun registry. Well, now, so there's some states working on First Amendment faith registries now. Remember this, your First Amendment rights, your right to assemble. And we are assembled safely. There is a disease out there. We're still trying to figure out really a lot about it. But we can still be safe and gathered today. And as I look out among you, most of you are still keeping your distance. And I would love to shake your hand down there, and then I'll sanitize. But come shake my hand. And thank you for being here today. And I want you to know a hotline. If you're an escapee from Salt Lake County, the hotline that you get to call on your neighbor, report your neighbor. Holy cow, let's train our kids to report their parents too while we're at it. Here's the hotline, 1-800-FIRE Jenny Wilson.
I want to say one more round of applause for Representative Kim Coleman.